Good morning to all my dear students and welcome you all for our today's new session of your favorite subject science for grade 3rd. I hope you all are safe at home and also taking precautions against COVID-19. So students, without wasting our time, let's start our today's class. And our today's class is all about revision, right? So as we have completed all the lessons, in this session today we are going to do the revision part. Okay student, so let's begin. So today we are going to revise lesson number 14, and that is communication without speaking. Yes student, as we have done lesson number 11, 12 and 13 as a revision, today we are going to do the lesson number 14 revision. Okay, so let's begin. As in this lesson we have seen that communication and its type, and also the types of gestures and expressions. We have also seen sign languages and even braille language. So these are the all 4 important points of this lesson, and we have seen in detail all these 4 points. So today we'll revise in short once again. Let's begin. So first of all, communication. Yes student, it is very important to share information, to send messages, to chat with your friends, and all this helps you to connect with one another, right? And that's why communication is a very important part of our life, right students? Now we know that we use words or actions to share our thoughts with others, and this process of sharing, that's thoughts, ideas and feelings with people, is called communication, right? But sometimes look on our face, right, even changes to show what we feel, right? So this is also communication. So you can say that communication is mainly of 2 types, that is saying with words and saying without words. So you can say, when I say communication with words, it involves speaking and writing. Okay, and when I say communication without words, it involves gestures and expressions. So you can say that communication with words and without words, right? So these are the 2 different types of communication. Now we have also seen one example, that is of traffic policeman, right, where you have seen the gestures what he follows, right? Yes or no students? So you can say that how does he or she controls the traffic? Either by using hand movements or by just blowing a whistle, right? Does he or she say something? No, he doesn't say anything, but he controls the whole traffic. So still people understand the instruction without saying any word. The traffic man controls all the traffics, right? So you can say that we use movements of our hands, shoulders and even the hand to communicate, and such movements that help people to understand without speaking anything are called gestures. We know that we use movements of hands, shoulders and even our hand to communicate, and this type of movement is called gestures. Okay, whereas sometimes people can only look on our face or tell whether we are happy or even sad, or you can say angry. So how do they understand this? Because the feelings, right, that shows on our face, and this particular emotion is nothing but an expression. Okay, so these are called expression. So here also, here the different faces of a girl child, you can see so many expressions are given. One single child can show so many different types of expression, like angry, happiness, sadness, crying, smiling, confused. So many expressions on your face can tell you that this is all type of expressions only, right? Let's move ahead. So we have seen the type of expressions and even gestures, right? So definitely our face tells us a particular emotion is expression, whereas the hand movement or shoulder movement or even the face movement, all this tells us about gestures, right students? So let's move ahead. As we can see that different gestures and expressions are helpful to communicate. Here are the few examples. So let's see the first one. The first example of gesture is to nod or shake your head. So when sometime you just nod your head or shake your head to say yes or say no, this says that you are showing some gesture. Same way, waving or just tapping your fingers. So when you wave your hand and your friends understand that you are saying hello, or you clap your hands to appreciate something, this also says that it's part of a gesture. Right student? So here you can see the examples of gestures. Whereas different types of expression, we can say that expressions can be smiling, frowning, winking, opening wide the eyes or mouth, raising eyebrows. All this comes under the part of expression. So when we are happy, we have a smile on our face, right? But when a baby starts crying, the mother understands that he or she is hungry or sleepy or even hurt. Okay. Whereas third, you can say that opening wide your eyes. Why you open your eyes wide and even mouth? Because you are shocked or you are excited, right? So this may be the expressions you can see on your face. Whereas to wink to signal that we are joking something about, so you just wink your eyes. So this is all part of expression. So here you can see this is the part of our expression, right, which is shown on our face, different particular emotions, right? Let's say further, where also the fifth, that is the raising our eyebrows, even tell us that we are surprised. Okay, it may also say that we don't believe that which we have heard. So it is also a part of a expression only. Okay, now gestures and expressions are also used while dancing and acting. Okay, so Indian classical dancers use various mudras, that is gestures, and abhinayas, that is expression, to tell stories. Now you can say Indian classical dances. There are so many Indian classical dances here as Kathakali, Odissi, Bharatanatyam. This is all Indian classical dances, right? Where here you can see there are different types of mudras are used, right? That is to show the gesture, and even the abhinayas, that is the expression which comes on the face. This all helps to tell the stories. And that's why you can say this Indian classical dances have so many expressions and gestures while dancing and acting. Okay, so have you understood this part? Let's move ahead. So this was all about gesture and expression. We have also seen the examples, right? But now it comes to sign language. Sign language is very important, as we human beings even use sign language to communicate. Sign language is useful to whom? Let's see. As we can say that if you want to play a damsheras, right? How do you express your ideas? We use sign, right? For different letters, words and so on. So a sign language can be used to communicate, right? It is mainly used by the people who have a speaking or hearing disability. So sign language is basically used by those people who have the speaking as well as hearing disability. Okay. Same way to communicate using gestures, combining hand shapes and expressions on the face. This all comes under sign language. So you can see here the images tells us this. The first one is like, second okay, third dislike. See the hand expression, whereas peace, hello, idea, this is all different types of gestures through hand it is shown, right? Even you can see here the different gestures of the hand movement. So through this hand movement, through this hand shapes and expressions on their face, and even the gestures which we use, it helps to communicate. So sign language is basically used by those people who have speaking as well as hearing disability. Okay, so have you understood this sign language part? Let's move ahead. So students, we know that people who cannot speak or hear finds too difficult to communicate, right? So we should not ever never make fun of them. Okay, we should help them by using gestures and communicating with them. Okay, so never used to make fun of these people because they find too difficult to communicate, right? Because they are not able to speak and hear, so that's a difficulty for them. Okay, so we should never make fun of those people. Okay, instead of that, you just use gestures and try to communicate with them. And also the amazing fact of this lesson is the symbols and marks. You can see here the symbols and marks which represents objects were the earlier forms of written communication. Which form? Written communication. And this is called pictographs. This is called pictographs. Okay. Now let's move ahead. This was just part of a sign language. Whereas Braille language is basically a new type of language, right? But Braille language is used by whom? So you know very well, Braille language is used by those people who have the difficulty to see, right? So you can say that sign language are basically used by speaking as well as hearing disabled person, right? But Braille language is used by those who are having the difficulty to see. Okay, and that's why this language has a pattern of raised dots. Which pattern? It's a raised dot patterns, and with the help of their fingertips they try to feel it, and then they try to form the letters and words and then sentences. So you can say that Braille alphabets are very useful for the people who don't have their eyesight. Okay, so have you understood this part also? So here we complete this lesson. So I have just explained you in short about what exactly this lesson is all about, right students? Yes students, for your better understanding about this lesson, that is communication without speaking, or you can say I need communication, I am going to show you one conceptual video regarding this topic. So just go through it and try to understand the main points again in short. Okay,
I will learn about the need for communication, the means of communication available in cities and public places, types of gestures and expressions, sign language and Braille language, communication for recreation, and ways to avoid the misuse of communication devices. We use different means of communication to communicate. Communication helps us to share information, thoughts, and feelings with others. We send letters to different people through post. Newspapers tell us about the things happening in the world. We watch news, movies, and sports on television. We can talk to people using a telephone or a mobile phone. We can send short messages through mobile phones using SMS. Fax machines help us to send letters to others through telephone lines. We use computers and the internet to get or share information. We can send emails using the internet. Communication without words involves gestures and expressions. A sign language is mainly used by the people who have a speaking or a hearing disability. Blind people use the Braille language. We also use communication to enjoy our free time. Communication devices are helpful, but we should use them carefully. Using mobile phones, computers, and TVs for a long time is harmful to our eyes. We should not share personal information with strangers over mobile phones or the internet without asking our parents.
Yes, students. So we have seen this conceptual video that was about communication, right? That is without speaking. But here we have also seen that communication can be done in various ways, right? But over communication is also, it is not good for us, right? Sometimes it may become dangerous, okay? So to avoid this miscommunication, always follow the good communication. Okay, students? So this was all about the lesson, that is chapter number 14, that is communication without speaking. Okay, students, so that was all about lesson number 14, right? But as we are going to do the overall revision, as we have also completed, that is lesson number 11, 12 and 13, today we are just going to revise lesson number 8, 9 and 10 in a very short way, okay? So that you can understand once again the concepts of this lesson, okay? And based on this, we are going to do activity, okay? So let's begin. So the first revision that we are going to do is about lesson number 8, that is composition of air. Okay, so here we are going to deal with the content, that is air as a mixture, then sources of components of air, then air pollution and the bad effects of burning firecrackers. So students, as we have already done this lesson number 8, I am going to show you this short video regarding this composition of air, so that it will be helpful for your better understanding and you will understand all the concepts in short. Okay, so let's begin.
Composition of air, sources of components of air, the importance of air to living things, air pollution, bad effects of burning firecrackers, the measures to keep air clean. Air consists of oxygen, carbon dioxide, nitrogen and other gases. The sources of components of air are gases, water vapor, germs and dust. Air is important for living things and are used differently by different living things. The addition of harmful substances to air is called air pollution. Air pollution is harmful. Pollutants are the substances which make the air dirty. Measures should be taken to keep the air.
So, yes, students, that was all about lesson number 8. That was composition of air, right? Now we'll see the lesson number 9, that is stems and leaves. And here the contents like different types of stems and leaves, then function of stems and leaves, uses of stems and leaves, and why plant sheds leaves. These are the 4 important points of this lesson. So we'll deal with it through this conceptual video so that it's helpful for you. Okay, so let's begin.
Storage of food and the iodine test to check the presence of starch. Roots, stem and leaves of a plant play a vital role in preparation and transport of food in plants. There are different kinds of plant stems. Few of the stems have branches and few of them do not. There are different kinds of leaves. The structure of leaf mainly consists of tip of leaf, blade, vein, midrib, petiole, stipules, etc. The process of preparation of food in plants is called photosynthesis. The process of photosynthesis involves conversion of sunlight, carbon dioxide, and water into food by the plant. To test the presence of starch, place the leaf in boiling water for 2 minutes. Place the leaf in a tube of ethanol in hot water for 2 minutes. Place the leaf on a white tile and stain it with iodine solution.
Yes, students, through this video we have seen that how stems and leaves are the important part of plants, right? And we have seen one also a short test, that is test for starch, right? So presence of starch in plants. We have also seen the photosynthesis, right? So basically this photosynthesis are done by plants. Okay, so I hope you have understood our lesson number 9. Let's move to the next lesson, and that is lesson number 10. So yes, students, this is uses of animals, right? In our lesson number 10, we have seen the animal products. Different various animal products are used for us, right? For human beings. In various ways it is used, right? Whereas trained animals, so that it is also helpful for us, and also people who depend on animals for their livelihood, and the last, that is the kindness towards animal. So these are the 4 important points which we have dealt in this lesson, lesson number 10. So now students, let's see more in detail about these points in short through this conceptual video. Okay, so let's begin.
Products. Trained animals. People who depend on animals for their livelihood. Kindness towards animals. We find many animals around us. Some of them are very useful for us. They give us food and many other useful things. Eggs, milk, honey, and meat are the animal products. Milk-giving animals are called milch animals. Animal waste is used to produce cooking gas. We get wool, fur, leather, silk, pearls, and lac from animals. Animals like horses, elephants, and camels are trained to help humans in their work and transport. Camels are called the ship of the desert. Many people like milkmen and fishermen depend on animals for their livelihood. We must be kind towards animals by not troubling or exploiting them.
We have done with the lesson number 10, that is uses of animals. So overall revision we have done of 3 lessons, that is lesson number 8, 9 and 10. And we have also seen the revision part of lesson number 14. So let's move ahead. So now it's time for activity, right? So based on this lessons only, we are going to do some activity questions. Okay, so are you ready? So let's start. So the first activity is fill in the blanks. Okay, so now you will read the fill in the blanks and then we'll get the correct answer. Okay, so the first fill in the blank is, and dash is a look on a face that shows a particular emotion. I repeat, and dash is a look on a face that shows a particular emotion. So what is the answer here? The correct answer here is expression, right? So expression is basically a look on a face that shows a particular emotion. The second one, leaves turn brown due to substance called dash. So basically, which substance is present in the leaves which helps the leaves to turn brown, and that substance name is tannin, that is tannin. Okay, so it's a tannin which helps leaves to turn brown. Okay, so this is our question number 2. The third fill in the blank is dash gives out oxygen in the process of making their food. I repeat, dash gives out oxygen in the process of making their food. And the correct answer here is plants. So yes students, plants gives out oxygen in the process of making their food. As we human beings take in oxygen, right, for respiration purpose, but we give out carbon dioxide. But plant takes in carbon dioxide to make food, and they give out in that time only oxygen out. Okay, so plants gives out oxygen in the process of making their food. The fourth one, body movements that help people to communicate without speaking anything are called dash. I repeat, body movements that help people to communicate without speaking anything are called dash. And here the answer is gestures. So yes students, gestures is basically help us to tell with the help of a body movement. So basically our face, our hand or our shoulder. All this part of the movements help us to communicate without speaking anything. So it's called gestures. Okay. The fifth one, snake charmers perform tricks using dash to earn money. I repeat, snake charmers perform tricks using dash to earn money. And the correct answer here is snakes. So basically snake charmer use snakes. They perform tricks with the help of snakes, and they start earning money for their livelihood. Okay, so these are the 5 fill in the blanks which comes under activity 1. I hope you have also got the correct answer, right? Let's move ahead. So our next activity is name the following. Okay, so first one, name any 2 sources of air pollution. Name any 2 sources of air pollution. The answer here is vehicles and firewood. So vehicles and firewood are the 2 sources of air pollution. Okay. The second one, name any 2 uses of leaves. And the answer is medicines or to serve food. So basically leaves are used for medicine purpose or even to serve food. It is also used for various purpose, right? That we have learned in this lesson, right? But here there is 2 important, that is 2 uses of leaves. Here you can say medicines, and the second one is to serve food. The third one, give any 2 examples of gesture. Now 2 examples of gestures are nod or shake your head. Second one is clapping. So this 2 comes under the 2 example of gestures, right? The fourth one, give any 2 examples of an expression. So here the answer is smiling, and the second one is raising eyebrows, right? So you can say smiling, raising eyebrows. These are the 2 examples of an expression. There are also various examples you can write for this question, right? The fifth one, name any 2 animals who are trained to carry people and goods. I repeat, name any 2 animals who are trained to carry people and goods. And the correct answer here is camel or elephant. So you can say these are the 2 animals who are trained to carry people and goods, right? So you can say elephants and camel are the correct answer. Okay, let's move ahead. Now the third activity is true or false. What is our third activity? True or false. Let's start with the first, true or false. The first one, brain language has patterns of raised dots. I repeat, brain language has pattern of raised dot. And the answer is true. Right students, as brain language has the pattern of raised dot, and this language is used for blind people, right, to understand the each words and try to join and speak, right? So braille language has a pattern of raised dot and it is filled with the help of fingertips, right? The second one, all animals breathe in oxygen. I repeat, all animals breathe in oxygen, and the answer is true. So yes, it's correct. All animals breathe in oxygen. The third one, a sign language cannot be used to communicate. I repeat, a sign language cannot be used to communicate, and the answer is false. Why false? Because sign language is useful for communication. Why? Because the people like hearing or speaking disabled persons are very find useful this sign languages, right? So with the help of this sign language only they can use to communicate. So here the answer will be false because the sign language cannot be used to communicate is false, right? The fourth one, people who climb mountain carry oxygen cylinder with them. I repeat, people who climb mountain carry oxygen cylinder with them, and the answer is true. Yes, because people definitely carry oxygen cylinders to climb on the mountains, and that's why they carry oxygen cylinder, right? So here the answer is true. The fifth one, a coconut trees have stem with branches. I repeat, a coconut trees have stem with branches, and the answer is false. Definitely the coconut trees does not have branches, right? Okay, so the answer is false. The sixth one, symbols and marks that represented objects were the earliest form of written communication. I repeat, symbols and marks that represent objects were the earliest form of written communication, and the answer is true, right students? So I hope you have got this activity 3, that is true or false, and we have seen all the 6 true or false. Let's move ahead. The fourth one, that is the fourth activity, is based on match the pictures with the correct answer. So here we are going to match the correct picture with the correct answer. So let's begin. The first one, that monkey is moving on the cycle. So what does he doing? He is doing some entertainment work, and for whom he is doing? He is doing for the people, to entertain people, right? So the answer is D, that is entertains people, right? The second one, you can see a dog, right? Now dog is moving with a blind person. So what exactly he is doing? He is guiding, right? So here the answer is the dog helps to guide, right? The third one, that is the bamboo stems. Now the bamboo stems are basically, it is smooth. It is green in color, but it is also smooth. Okay, so the answer is B, that is it is smooth. The fourth one, a person is inhaling air. So you can say he is breathing in fresh air. So that is option number C, breathe in fresh air. So here the first one is which matches with the correct option, that is D, entertains people. So monkeys basically entertain people. Second, dogs definitely helps to guide people, right? Definitely blind persons. And the third one, that is bamboo stems are basically it is smooth. So the option B is correct. And the fourth one, the person is inhaling. So he is inhaling fresh air, right? So he is breathing in fresh air. So I hope you have matched with the pictures with the correct answers. Let's move ahead. Now this is also a part of activity 4. Now here we have seen the question, that is what do the given gestures indicate? I repeat, what do the given gestures indicate? So here are the 4 signs. Yes, these are the 4 signs. We have to identify each sign. Okay, the first one, when you see the thumb up, what exactly it means? It means that it is like. Okay, so the first one you can say it is like. Okay, so the first gesture indicates like. The second one, when you do like this, it means okay. What does it mean? Okay. So our second one is okay. Okay. The third one, when you do like this, it means peace. What does it mean? Peace. So our third one is peace. Okay. And the fourth one, when you do like this, what exactly it means? It exactly means you are saying hello. Right? So all the four gestures indicate different sign. The first one is like, the second one is okay, the third one is peace, and the fourth one is hello. I hope you have got the correct answer all this, and you have written the correct answer for all these four sign, that is four gestures. Let's move ahead. Our last activity, this is activity number 5. Put a tick, that is right or wrong, across the given sentences. So here the first part is the sentences, and here we need to do the right and wrong accordingly. Okay, so let's read the first one. Gestures and expressions are also used in dancing and acting. I repeat, gestures and expressions are also used in dancing and acting. And the answer for this is right. Yes or no? Because definitely gestures and expressions are used by every person, but it is also used more in dancing as well as in acting purpose. Right? The second one, we should not take care of our pet animals. I repeat, we should not take care of our pet animals. This is correct? No, this is wrong. So what is the correct here? That is, we should take care of our pet animals, right? As we human needs care, same way our pet animals also need a care, and that we can give them to them. So you need to be kind with the pet animals and also need to take care of that pet animal. Okay. The third one, tree trunks are very hard and strong. What is the third one? Tree trunks are very hard and strong. And the answer here is correct, because definitely tree trunks are strong, hard, and also they are huge in size. So you can say it is strong as well as hard. The fourth one, the leaves of cactus are reduced to spine. Yes, students, this is also correct. That is, the leaves of cactus are basically reduced to spines. Okay. The fifth one, when we are sad, we have a smile on our face. I repeat, when we have sad, we have a smile on our face. This is correct? No. So when we are sad, we just don't like to smile. We are very sad. Okay, so we make a sad face. We'll not smile. We'll start crying. Okay. So here the answer will be wrong. Okay. So when we are happy, we have a smile. But when we are sad, we don't have any smile on our face. Yes or no? Yes. Let's move the sixth one. We should hurt animals while training them. Is it correct? No. So we should not hurt animals. So but here the answer will be cross. Why wrong? Because we should not hurt animals while training them. So whenever you are training your pet animals, never hurt animals, because as human beings human beings need love, care, affections, all these things. Same way the animals also need to. Okay. So I hope you have got the correct answers. Right. So the first one is right, second wrong, third right, fourth right, fifth wrong, sixth wrong. So according to the statement, we have done the right and wrong. So I hope you have got this activity number 5 and we have completed. Right, students? Let's move ahead. So yes, students, that was all about our today's class. So in our today's class, we have dealt with the chapter number 14, that is communication without speaking, where we have seen in short about what is exactly communication, the types of communication. Then we have seen the gestures and the expression part in communication and examples accordingly. We have also seen the sign language as well as braille language is used for communication purpose, right? And we have also seen the conceptual video regarding this topic. We have also seen the 3 lessons that we have dealt earlier, that was lesson number 8, 9, 10 in short, and we have seen all the 3 conceptual video of lesson number 8, 9 and 10 accordingly, right? Based on this, we have also done the activity part. So I hope you have got it, these lessons, right? So we have completed the revision of all the chapters of science, which is going to come for your annual examination. I hope you all are safe at home, taking precautions and following it, and even stay at home, take care of yourself and even take care of your family members. Okay? So till the time, stay at home, stay safe. And students, thank you once again and have a nice day.